am Saeed Irfanullah and I am a visiting lecturer at Frontier Law College, Peshawar. Today we are discussing the formation bodies of a company, that is how a company can be created. So there are different ways by which you can make a company. So in today's lecture we are discussing this thing. I'm not going to the historical background that how initially the company was created and this and that, and these are not related to in your course also. But once we are discussing the formation of a company or the type of a company on the basis of the formation, so a company can be formed or made by a number of ways. By a royal charter or chartered companies, formed by grant of the charter by the crown. If you look to this sentence, this clearly depicts that it relates to the crown order or the queen's order or the king's order, in which a king was ordering to establish a company for a specific task or for a specific job. In terms of the Indo-Pakistan, that is India and Pakistan, the subcontinent, the East India Company was made by the Royal Charter, and it was given a task to do a business with the subcontinent Indo-Pakistan, and it started its work and business in Indo-Pakistan. So this is one of the example of the Royal Charter Company in the history of Indo-Pakistan. There are a number of other companies also. Those were made at that time for doing different type of business, but the most famous one was the East India Company, that was doing a business in the subcontinent, and it was the royal order at that time to establish that the company was established. The promoters of the company petition and the Privy Council attached the draft of the proposed charter petition, still used to incorporate learned societies and the professional bodies, no longer used to incorporate trading companies. As I said, that these companies were made at that time by the Royal Charter or by the Queen Order, but if we look at in Indo-Pakistan or the history of Indo-Pakistan, no, this is no more existing, and even in the United Kingdom or the Britain, also the Queen can do anything, no doubt, but this power is now submitted to the Parliament of the British Parliament, and now the British Parliament can create or establish a company under the Companies Act or the Companies Law. Even again, let me say that the Queen has the power to exercise it, but she is not exercising it as per the traditions of the United Kingdom. The second type of the formation, it is by the act of the Parliament or statutory companies. So formed by private act of the Parliament, formerly used to incorporate public utilities such as gas, electricity, railways, PIA and other companies. So these are the companies for which the act of a Parliament is passed to establish a company, and then it start doing its business and its work. For example, the OGDCL, Oil and Gas Development Company Limited, Sui Northern Gas, Sui Southern Gas, WAPDA, Pakistan Railway, PIA, So these are Pakistan steel mills even. These are the companies, those are made by the act of the parliament, and they are exercising and doing their businesses in different way. So the parliament is passing a direct act for the establishment of a company. Uh, the privatized public utilities have been incorporated in the, but if we look in the current scenario, it is not always necessary to establish a company by the act of the parliament, because there are a lot of other jobs that those are to be done by the parliament. So in today or nowadays, the companies are made by the Companies Act 1985 or 2013. So by the registration are registered companies. So the Companies Act 2013 and 2017, if a company is registered under the Act, the Companies Act 1985, 2013 and 2017, clear? So that is able to start its business, and the company structure is defined in the Companies Act 2013 or 2017 whatsoever, because the amendment were made in 2017 also, but initially it was passed in 2013. The form by the registration under the Companies Act 1985 as amended up till now means that 2013 the major amendment was made, the Companies Act 2013, and once again the amendment was made in that, and the Companies Act 2017 it is now in functioning. One of the preceding Companies Act. So once a company is being formed or established, it is needed to be registered under the Companies Act, and it will take an existence. So all its structure is defined in it. But if we look at the Act of the Parliament, so when a company is made by the Act of the Parliament, it makes all the rules and the regulations for these companies also. So if there are hundreds and hundreds of public and private companies, which is not possible by the Act of Parliament, so then the Companies Act has been made, the rules and regulations are available over there. So one a man is able to wish to create a company, so he will register that company under the Companies Act with the Security and Exchange Commissions of Pakistan. So registration is the most commonly used mean of forming a company, and virtually the only method now used for to form a trading company. As the words are clear over here, that the most exercisable way or the method of creating a company is now the registered companies are by the Companies Act 2013 or 2017. So companies are made and registered under this, and they come into the existence of it. So I am not saying that it is the only method, but the most probable way of establishing a company nowadays is the registration or formation of a company according to the Companies Act, as we see here in this slide. So any two or more persons associated for a lawful purpose may, by subscribing their names to the memorandum of association and otherwise complying with the requirements of this act in respect of the registration, form an incorporated company with or without limited liability. So this is the way. So you can see over here the term the lawful purpose is used. Means if the purpose is unlawful, the company will be unlawful and it cannot be established under the company. So the lawful purpose mean that the laws and the regulations those a country allows for the trading and the business. For example, a person is making wish to do a business of the drugs or the medicines, but one other man is making a company for sale and purchase of the drugs, for example heroin, hashish, shisha and so forth. So it is unlawful, but the other side the medicine is the lawful. So a company made for the lawful purpose will be a legal company and will take an existence according to the Companies Act. But if the company is not according to this, then that company will be an unlawful company and will not take an existence, means the company will not be able to come in an existence. The company cannot be formed for an unlawful person. For example, a person wish to sell the meat, meat, gosht, but another person is making a company for selling the kidneys, the human kidneys. So the human kidney business by the law is unlawful. So the company made for this purpose will be illegal. But for example mutton, beef, chicken, and he wish to make a company for this purpose, he can make it because the purpose is lawful. But here the purpose is unlawful because you can do a business according to the Companies Act. Those are allowed by the law, are the customary laws of a country. So if these are according to that, then the companies can be made. But if the purpose is unlawful, the company will be unlawful. There are a number of other let me say a sokam or deficiency or the loopholes in the formation of the companies or the Companies Act. For example, every person can create a company who can do a business for a lawful purpose. For example, a man who has a money and he want to invest it for the purpose of earning to do a business, so he can create a company. But in the previous government that was against the Nawaz Sharif and his allies, we saw a term that was the offshore companies. So by the law, all these offshore companies are legal. You cannot say that these companies are illegal because a man here living here in Pakistan can do a business in Pakistan or outside Pakistan. But by the act of the parliament, Ishaq Dar passed a bill that you can transfer any unlimited money from outside the country and inside the country for promoting their businesses. And what was the purpose of that bill or that act? To bring the investors and to give the benefits to the investors. If they any time wish to take out the money and send it outside, they can do this. Clear? But what happened by some of the politicians and other people, I am not specifying any of the specific person because this is a public lecture, that they invest in those companies, and when they got that money, they transfer it outside the country, and after that, that money was transferred into their accounts. So if you look at this transaction, the money went out and the money came back with a different name. So as per the law, the government cannot ask that from how this money went out and how this money came into. Clear? So the term offshore companies was used in this specific liability. So the purpose was lawful, but it was exploited and was used for a number of unlawful persons, for example, the money laundering. So it was, of course, not the purpose or the clear purpose to launder the money or to white their black money, but with the shadow of law, it was deemed or it was looked that the purpose seems to be unlawful, and the cases were sued against those politicians and other people, and they were got the punishment by different ways and different means. But looking to the spirit of the act of the parliament or the money bill passed by the Ishaq Dar, according to that, all these were lawful, and that's why the Shabar Zaidi of this government said that no money laundering took place in the history Nawaz Sharif era and the previous era, because all of these actions were done according to the law. So the money laundering term can be used only if it is unlawful. So if the law permits how to transfer a money and to how to bring it back, and if it is according to the law, so you are giving away to sending and transferring and receiving some of the money. So I think you see the purpose was unlawful, but it was according to the law. But this purpose was not written in any way in the memorandum of association that we are making these companies for the money laundering. So they have made these companies for the purpose only of the trades and the businesses. So these were according to the law, and these rules were exploited, and the black money was laundered to make it white. I think, let me revise once again, that the Royal Charter can make a company, the Act of the Parliament can make a company, or the Companies Act 1985 or 2013 or 2017 Act of the Parliament. If a company is registered against that Act of the Companies Act, then the company can be formed or can be made or can be established. So these are the three ways by which a company can be made. Thank you. I am Said Irfanullah and I am a visiting lecturer here at Frontier Law College, Peshawar. Thank you.